It's your girl, Coach Queen Red. It's another Passive Wealth Tuesday tip.
Yes, it's your girl, your favorite CEO, Coach Keisha in the building.
And we have another wonderful topic for you. And that topic is don't chase the bag, build the stream.
That is.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't chase the bag, build the stream, okay? I know what the saying is. I'm out here chasing the bag, chasing the bag. Well, that's probably why you're chasing it, because you're not getting it, because you keep chasing it and you're tired. Stop chasing it. Build a stream to you. That's why it's called currency.
Yes.
Let it flow to you.
Yes. So here's the problem. The problem is chasing money feels chaotic and inconsistent because it is. It is. When you chase, that means you're going after something that's not intended for you.
Yep. And it's almost like it's not attainable, because when you chase something, it's getting away from you. So you don't need to chase it. Let it come to you. Build it, let it come. So here's the solution to that. Create systems for consistent cash flow instead of one-time wins. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Create systems for consistent cash flow instead of one-time wins. So our first tip is to systemize one-offs. What that basically means is everything that's like a quick win, you want to systematize it, right? And so I'll use, for me, example, like things like flips or any type of side deals, because I'm always doing something. I'm either creating a business, starting a business, helping somebody with a business, brainstorming on an idea, all these different things. And sometimes they just be like a quick buck, right? I'll come up with a way to make a quick buck. But what I started learning is during that process of building businesses to make this quick buck, I wasn't building the proper systems to make sure that that quick buck turned into consistent.
Yes, I know
money.
what you mean. I know
so
what you mean.
I would get so frustrated with the business, like, oh, it's not making no money no more, right? And so I've learned not to have that frustration anymore, that when I start winning, to build on it. So I give you guys an example of how I did that. So with my Airbnbs, when I saw that it was doing well, when I tried it on the first one, I was like, okay, how can I increase the revenue on this one unit? And I began to expand on it and started adding different features to those units. And then I went from 1 unit to 2 units, from 2 units to 3 units. And I began to convert my entire units into this STR system. And so what I began to realize is once I built that system where I wasn't doing everything myself and it wasn't just these quick wins, I started seeing consistent flow in revenue. And so that's very important whenever you're talking about chasing the bag. I don't chase the bag. I literally sit back and let it come to me, because the platform is there. The system is already created for me. I just have to utilize the system and understand the system. And so by doing that, I was able to allow the system to work on my behalf so that that consistent flow comes in. So here's my philosophy. If you did it once, you can do it again without starting from scratch. And that is very important. We oftentimes start from scratch because we have not built the proper system.
Systems are so important. So important.
Yes.
Which leads to tip 2. Add a passive stream quarterly, right? So here's the point. Each quarter, commit to building at least one new income stream that works while you're not working. I love this. So here's an example. Digital products, rental income, or partnerships with revenue share. Even if the stream only makes $200 to $500 a month, stacking them creates long-term freedom. I like that. So my thing is, once again, and this is something y'all can definitely be a part of if you have not signed up already, which is probably going to pass, but you can definitely get it just in case, which is our September 8th class on flipping the script, which is REITs and stocks. One thing that is so good about passive wealth with REITs and stocks is that you can earn monthly dividends that actually pay your bills. That is very much possible. I pay at least 3 bills off of my REITs and stocks. Pay Netflix, pay the electricity bill, and my water bill. I do not pay those bills with my regular money. I pay those through REITs on my stocks because those things make money for me in my sleep. And it's good because these are things that I built over the course of time through fractional shares and building my portfolio. I did this with my daughter. I've helped other people do this. And I started doing this in businesses that I have through another business I call it with Queens with the Millionaire Mindset. We have a portfolio that has cryptocurrencies. We have a portfolio that also extends with the hotel. We have a portfolio that involves other stocks that we've invested in. So once again, with the partnerships, you have to look at the revenue that's shared and see how this stretches through long term on what you're trying to do. Another important thing is to ask yourself when you are looking at these passive streams is how does it benefit you long term if that's what you want, or is this something you want to do short term? Me preferably, I like long term because I'm trying to have my bills paid long term.
Right, because we're gonna forever have bills.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're gonna forever have bills.
People forget that when it comes to the quick turnaround, and we've talked about this before when it comes to the overnight success and the get rich quick schemes. People want that quick dollar, but forget that you have long-term bills.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I was, and just as a caveat really quick, I look at, once again, I look at these different celebrity lifestyles. And you ever wonder how some of these celebrities, especially these movie stars, when they get these deals like Taraji P. Henson or Kevin Hart, they get these big deals and they have these big expenses, right? I want you to really think about this for a second, right? And they have to make these big expenses stretch when they get these big checks
because they don't know when the next check coming.
What did you just say?
They don't know when the
next check is coming. So that means that they have to strategize and invest that money that they get. Not only do they have to do that, they have to pay the people that are helping them build this empire that they have, right? So imagine if you have a family, you have to make that money stretch. What happens if you don't have work for a long period of time?
You know what happens? I just read this article. I have not fact checked it.
I'll be fact checking, but go ahead.
So somebody fact check it. But I read this article about Lil Nas X. Right?
Okay.
And he had a nervous breakdown. His dad did a public statement.
That's true, but go ahead.
Okay. And he said that his son had a nervous breakdown because of the stress of making the next big hit. Because he need the income to take care of his family.
Yep.
And because he don't have the next big hit, that next big check is not coming, and he's stressed out about it. He had a nervous breakdown.
I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
You know what the smart ones do? Like my girl Keke Palmer or 50 Cent. You know what they do?
Candy Burst. I'm gonna meet her
Burst.
one day. I'm gonna work with her. I'm saying it here first. I'm gonna work with her.
They invest in real estate. That's what they do.
Yes.
They invest in real estate. They have properties. They invest in stocks.
Yes.
This is literally what they do, people.
That's right. They invest in partnerships.
They invest in
Digital products.
In deals, digital products. Yes. They just don't rely on that. So their main thing that they do is their creative passion, but their long-term, their longevity is real estate and the digital products and the other things that we just mentioned. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Right. And that's a good segue into tip number 3. Audit where your money really flows. Okay. Audit where it really flows. Many entrepreneurs think they have streams, but in reality, they just have puddles. Small, inconsistent drips. Now, I am an advocate for drips in a bucket. I tell this story all the time, how when I partner up with one of my friends to do a Crab Kings, and I remember we had a leak in the ceiling, and so the leak, it was just a little drip. I mean, but it was consistent, and it was just a drip, almost like I would say maybe every 30 seconds a drip was coming down. And so at first I was like, well, it's just a little drip. I'm gonna put this little bucket here. And before you know it, the water was just all over the floor. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get something bigger. So we ended up getting one of them big old coolers. And we just sat on the floor and we figured we'll just leave it there. And then by the end of the day, it should be good. Well, I kid you not, that cooler overflowed throughout our business hours. and we had to keep dumping it and bring a little drip. So I'm an advocate for drops in the bucket, right? However, when the drops are not consistent, then there is no overflow.
Come on now. That's a whole sermon.
There is no overflow. So when you have small, inconsistent drops, you just really have puddles. And once that puddle dry up, we know in Texas, it can rain and storm. And guess what? The next 2 hours, it's dried up, right? And that's what happens because we don't really know where our money is flowing at. And so now we're living in a desert land trying to get our next fix, trying to get our next hit, trying to chase the dollar. And that's what keeps us chasing because we don't have anything to sustain us. So we need to make sure that you check where your money is going. So how do you do that? Look at your bank statements and your business reports. Where is money coming in consistently? Where is it leaking out? Once you see the pattern, you can double down on what flows and cut what drains.
Yes, and I need to add something really quick. You said look at your bank statements and business reports. As someone who I examine lifestyles and I coach individuals about how to structure their life around their wealth, that's one thing I always do is I tell them to look at their bank statements. And as a entrepreneur, if you, and this is going into the fall season, please separate your business funds from your personal funds. For Christ's sake, for Black baby Jesus' sake, for little baby Buddha's sake, separate your stuff.
Yes.
Please. I'm only going to say this one at a time. Please. That is all. Thank you.
And you've heard it.
Okay.
And that's very important. It's very, very important.
Yes, please.
I know it's hard as a beginner's entrepreneur and you're co-mingling funds, but it is very difficult for you to really strategize in your business and in your personal finances when you don't keep those things separate. Starting off as a new entrepreneur, I understand. I've done it. We've done it. A lot of people have done it. But when you know better, you do better. Yes. So we're teaching you do better. We've already been down that road. This is not the road that you want to go down. Okay. Separate it. It makes life so much easier for you. Yes. Even if you feel like you don't have enough to budget or to separate, do it anyway. Okay. Because what you want to do is you want to create a system where money can flow into it easily. Yes. Okay. But when your life is chaotic, when your bank statements and your finances are chaotic, money cannot flow to you easily. Thank you. I need you to hear that. Flow. It needs to flow to you. So that way you don't have to chase it.
Yes. Thank you.
So that's all we have today for our Tuesday tips. And we just want to thank you for joining us. Make sure that you like, comment, follow, and share. And don't forget to get the book. Yes. Okay. Make sure that you get the book. Links will be dropped in the comment section so that you'll be able to buy your book.
$20.
And they're $20.
Yes. Yes. This is Passive Wealth Tuesday because